The political storm that erupted today over an undercover government operation gone very wrong. It is called Fast and Furious. It was supposed to help in the crackdown on drug violence across the border in Mexico. But the operation was botched, a U.S. law enforcement agent killed, and Republicans in Congress say the Obama administration is trying to cover it up. And today, the president himself stepped in. Here's ABC's Jake Tapper.
President Obama today for the first time asserted executive privilege to shield Justice Department documents dealing with what's become known as the Fast and Furious scandal. The response from House Republicans was itself fast and furious.
The lack of transparency with respect to a dead Border Patrol agent is sickening. And this morning's threat of asserting executive privilege to maintain the veil of secrecy is even more sickening.
Fast and Furious began almost 3 years ago. The secret law enforcement program allowed criminals to buy guns so government agents could trace them to Mexican drug cartels. But blowback came, and it was tragic. The government lost track of hundreds of guns, which started showing up at crime scenes, including the site where U.S. border agent Brian Terry was murdered in December 2010. Initially, the Justice Department told Congress that they did not allow guns to flow into Mexico, but that was false, and months later they took it back. The program was disbanded and disowned. Attorney General Eric Holder has always denied knowing anything about the program, but for more than a year, House Republicans have been pushing him to disclose what he and other officials knew and when they knew it.
No, Mr. Attorney General, you're not a good witness.
Democrats have called this a partisan witch hunt.
At some point, have you no shame,
Pressure grew.
This is a big scandal. People who have screwed up will be held accountable.
One official resigned and another was demoted, but though Holder has turned over thousands of documents, he's refusing to turn over additional ones Republicans call key to whether the Justice Department tried to cover up its involvement.
There's some things in there that's being hidden that you don't want us to see.
There's no attempt at any kind of cover-up. We're not going to be hiding behind any kind of privileges or anything.
But Diane, now they are hiding behind executive privilege. President Obama invoking it, saying he wants members of his administration to be able to have candid conversations without Congress snooping around in their emails. Diane?
So, Jake, what is the next step in this duel?
Well, next week, the full Congress will vote. The full House will vote, expected largely on party lines, to hold the Attorney General in contempt of Congress. The charge will then go to the U.S. Attorney for the District of Columbia, and he will investigate and decide whether or not to bring criminal charges. Of course, the case could vanish there altogether.
All of this heating up, though. Thank you so much, Jake.